Hey everyone, I'm Jaymie Lao. I'm a LA-based coffee professional. Most recently, I coached the US Barista Champion Frank, and we went to Worlds together in Korea. It was awesome. Today I'm going to be brewing a coffee roasted by Moim. It is a Brazil from Flavio Marcio on US Barista. I'm going to use this brewing method called Pulsar from Next Level. I'm using this brewer today because I am currently interested in no bypass brewing methods. My favorite was the tricklet, and this just came out and kind of solved some of the issues that I have with tricklet. Not to throw them under the bus, we're just gonna put that out there. And I'm still playing around with it, so that's why I chose this brewing method. I find that a lot of coffees that I have tasted in a lot of cafes tend to be maybe a little bit more on the watery side, so I am excited to have a hopefully like less watery, more full cup of coffee, and I think this being a Brazil will also lend to that. Okay, here we go. I'm using a 1:16 ratio, so I'm using 25 grams of this coffee, and we'll be pouring 400 grams of water. All right, doing some coffee raking. Pouring about 60 grams of water to bloom. Something that's cool about this brewing method is you can do full immersion if you wanted to. I think if you are someone who doesn't have a ton of experience and get kind of intimidated from, having technique with different pour overs, this kind of solves it. Not that there's like any foolproof way to brew coffee, but let's just say that I maybe ground it a little bit coarse. If I wanted the water to stay in contact with coffee for much longer, I can always do this, which is nice. I'm not gonna do that today because I've done it in. All right.
Is there a reason why you're doing immersion in the beginning of your brew rather than later on?
I think the reason why I'm doing immersion in the beginning is essentially why people do blooms anyway. They want to make sure that the entire bed is saturated. And closing the valve helps with that. Something that I forgot to do was give it a nice little one of these, just to make sure the bed is done.
And how many pours are you doing today?
So generally I would say I would do about 3 pours, but it kind of depends on the coffee. I mostly want to make sure that I only have about a centimeter of water on top of the coffee bed, just to not put too much pressure on the bed and introduce more agitation.
And what's the drawdown time you're aiming for?
Typically about 3.5 minutes, I would say. This is a little bit shorter. I'm pretty sure the cup will be just as good. Ooh. Has a nice sweetness. Much more acidity than I typically get from Brazil. I have to say that it's so rare for me to drink a Brazil on its own. I just really have to emphasize that it's so often just a component in, you know, a really great component, but to have this focus on Brazil is really exciting for me. Like it feels like a new experience.
What are you tasting?
Definitely some red berry. It's actually quite juicy. Kind of like a melon, but not super intense, like maybe like a watermelon. Yeah, I drink this all day.
Is it okay if I drink a cup with you?
Please do. That's what this is for. Yeah.
Oh. I actually didn't expect it to be this juicy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, how can I describe how like salivating it is?
Whoa. Next Level Pulsar. It's the way to go.